This is my audience of 4. I'm handing out a copy of my PowerPoint presentation, and I'll hand it out to my audience before I begin my speech. Good evening. According to the UNICEF, there are nearly 140 million orphans on this earth. After completing various researches, not all orphans are accounted for. Who knows where the other orphans are? How do we find the orphans that are not accounted for? And how do we know if they're okay? An orphan is a deprived child who has lost both his or her parents. Brooke Randolph once stated, "Children without families are the most vulnerable people on the world." Today, I will inform you of the challenges and disadvantages many orphans are facing. There is an old saying, "There's no love like a parent's love." Children typically don't get a say in who wants to adopt them or who they want to live with. Once the adoption is final, the child is then sent to live with 2 new sets of strangers in most cases. Separation from your birth parents or your birth family is considered a traumatic experience, and many adopters tend to forget how important it is to provide the child with a smooth transition. The adopters are provided information about the child. However, the information they are provided with tends to come from the state's records. The child's mental stability and feelings are not provided. There are about 17,900,000 orphans who have lost both their parents and are now living in orphanages or on the streets, according to the UNICEF. Along with suffering from the death of their parents, orphans are mentally changed forever. Orphans typically feel neglected, forgotten, lost, scared, and tend to carry a lot of hurt. Orphans have emotional or behavioral problems because they're exposed to lack of love, neglect, and a lack of parents. Behavior and emotional problems often cause negative impacts on a child's overall growth and development. Children who carry all of these feelings tend to isolate themselves from the world. The orphans that are not accounted for have more than likely run away, they're probably hiding, or they've been kidnapped. Most orphans live in orphanages. In the orphanages, their caregivers come and go. Their peers and other orphans, they come and go as they're adopted. According to Rainbow Kids, these 2 factors make orphans lose their sense of permanency. Throughout being placed in and out of different houses and orphanages, a child that needs or is seeking for help can easily be overlooked. Some orphans deal with various types of abuse, oral, sexual, physical, and psychological. Some orphans are adopted only to be sold, and other orphans, they simply age out. When children turn 18, they are no longer considered a child. Every year, over 27,000 youth age out of foster care without the emotional and financial support that they need to succeed. When a child ages out of the system, it means that they've turned 18 and can no longer be considered a child, which means they can't stay in an orphanage. The orphans that age out of the system are typically children who have never been adopted or fortunate enough to live with a loving family. It is important to know these facts about orphans so that you are capable of understanding what they're going through. Orphans are humans just like you and I. The difference is they won't always be so happy, open, or social. They face a few more challenges and disadvantages than a regular child who grow up in loving homes or grow up with both their parents. Thank you.